But it has been a choppy month on the markets around the world, really, hasn't it?
It certainly has. That's quite an understatement, really. And it looks like the month of September could be, well, similarly tricky. To talk about this now, in fact, we're joined by Professor Chris Kobrak, Professor of Finance at ESCP Europe and an International Fellow of Oxford University's Centre for Corporate Reputation. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So we're just saying about September. I mean, historically, the data does seem to bear out that historically it has been quite a bad month.
It has been the cruelest month. If you go back to the 19th century, 1837, one of the worst crises the United States ever had was in the fall. 1873, the famous bankers' panic in 1907, the famous 1929 crash, all fall, let's call it fall period, September, October. It has not been a pretty picture, and of course October in 1987. So
do we know why that is?
No one knows why. And actually it should never happen. Theoretical finance teaches if there's some sort of pattern like this, the pattern will disappear because people will react to it. And perhaps one thing that's happened in August is that people have anticipated this and reacted a little bit
Indeed. So what can we expect for this September? You know, it looks like there are a few sort of events and announcements that could unsettle things even more.
The market is very nervous. That's very clear. So any number of things could be announced. There could be a snag in negotiations about debt negotiations in Europe, in setting up some of the funds to help countries. Could be another tsunami. Could be bad inflation numbers coming out. Any number of things could trigger the market, but they could be positive. The market is nervous, and we've seen that in the month of August. Big drop, and it's come back quite a bit at the end of
And of course these worries highlighted by the IMF potentially about European bank balance sheets.
Oh yes, there are all sorts of things that still have not been sorted out with our banking system, and there may be some dirty little secrets that come out. But if markets calm down, we might not see those things coming into the news.
I mean, on the positive side, is now perhaps a good time to buy? That things are, at a low point. Is now perhaps the time to invest? We don't want to, obviously panic everyone into thinking that it's all going to go down from here.
I can't say that it's a great time to invest, but I would say people who, by and large, stay in the market for the long run end up making good money. So okay. I would say not a good time to sell your portfolio, and I would say if the market drops a lot, it probably will come back in a while. It's been a bad 10 years. And usually the market doesn't have longer periods than bad 10 years. That's very rare.
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for joining us, Professor Chris Kobrak.